So, Susan, can we start with what is contribution?
That's a great question. Okay. Well, you know how sometimes people expect something from you?
Yes.
Or someone will do something for you and it feels like an obligation. There's a stick to it. Either there's a payback required or there's a responsibility required, or there's I would say more than not, there's a judgment in there, right? So that's not actually a contribution to you. A contribution is something that adds to the space of you so that you have choice to choose whatever it is that you'd like to choose. So, so for instance, I just made lunch for Ricky and myself, and he sees me working, and he's working as well, and he got up and he just quietly put the dishes in the sink and washed the dishes. That's a contribution to who we be, because he's aware enough to see what's required, and without being asked, without asking me, he gets an awareness of the space that I'm in and awareness of what would contribute to that space. So that's a contribution.
Thank you.
My saying, hey, thanks so much for doing the dishes, is a contribution to who he be's and the awareness of what else is possible. So contribution is also something that adds to itself. So you know the sense when you're contributing to someone. So for instance, Kelsey and the baby were here, and I get up at 5 in the morning anyway, and I just would get up and make hot cereal and coffee. And I don't drink coffee, and the hot cereal was for the baby, and it was just there. Should she choose it or not? It didn't have a point of view. And I made the coffee and hot cereal for you, and what do you mean you're not going to drink it? It's more like it's here. If this adds to your life and living, please enjoy. And if it doesn't, it's okay. Does that make sense?
Yes, and
yeah.
Totally different than what most of us have been presented in relationships.
Yeah, and people in relationship, they often keep track of what they've given or done for each other. So then it's not a contribution, and that's why I say sometimes people keep it as a list in which they then negotiate. Well, I gave up this for you, or I did this for you, or you didn't do this for me, so I don't have to do that for you, or you weren't this for me when I wanted you to be this for me. So you see how it kind of like takes it out of the realm of the space of possibilities and puts it into form, structure, significance, and that's where we get to the rejection and the separation. When we've decided that we're doing something for someone rather than just being who we be and continue to be who you be, and what if just who you be was a contribution, just by being the energy of you. What else is possible?